All right, number 34. In the xy plane, the graph of y equal to 3x squared minus 14x intersects the graph of y equal to x at the point 0, 0 and a. What is the value of a? Okay. So for this one, what we have is, let's say we have two equations and the graph intersects at 2 points. And we think about this, the first equation is 3x squared minus 14x. So that's a parabola, right? So it's like a U-shaped graph. And then the other one, y equal to x, is a straight line. So yeah, so they will intersect at 2 point here. Okay, so we're trying to figure out what are the 2 points. Seems like we know one of them should be at 0, 0, that's intersection. Okay, we're trying to figure out the other one, that'll be the a value. Okay, to solve this algebraically, what we can do is, so this is like a system equation. Okay, except here the first equation is a quadratic rather than two linear equations. But since they both have y equal to something, we could just go ahead and set them equal to each other, because it's like a substitution. So we're plugging in this x here to replace this y. Okay, so we can plug it in. So pretty much it's like setting them equal to each other. So you get 3x squared minus 14x equal to x. Okay, so you set them equal to each other, and the meaning behind this is we're trying to figure out for what x value will the y value be the same. Okay, so then at that point, that's a point of intersection. Okay, so now pretty much we can just solve for x using this equation. And notice this is a quadratic equation. So we do want to move everything to the same side and set it equal to 0. And then we have to factor from there. Okay, so what we can do here, let's go and do a minus x on both sides. Move it over. So this will be 3x squared minus 14x minus x. This will be minus 15x, and that's equal to 0. All right. And then we had to factor the left side here. We had to check what do they have in common. Okay, so whatever the common factor is, we had to pull it out and factor it out. So we had 3x squared minus 15x. They both have, so between 3 and 15, common factor is a 3. Okay, so you can pull out a 3. And then x squared and x, they all have at least an x as a common factor. Okay, so you can actually pull out an x. All right, so this will just be a binomial, right? So we just have to check between two terms, what do they have in common? So pull out 3x, and then what do we have left? All right, so we do 3x squared divided out the 3x. We should just have an x left. And then minus 15x divided out the 3x, we get minus 5 left. Okay, that's equal to 0. And once we have it factored, to solve for x, we'll set each factor equal to 0. Okay, this is the zero product property. So that two factor and multiply equals 0, then if one of them equals 0, the whole equation will equal to 0. Okay, so to solve for x, we set each factor equal to 0. So notice the 3x is also a factor, right? So it's set that equal to 0. And the other factor is x minus 5, and we also set it equal to 0. Okay, so for x for each one, the first one divided by 3 on both sides, we get x equal to 0. The other one, we do plus 5 on both sides, we get x equal to 5. Okay, so we get our two solutions, right? One of them is 0, the other one x equal to 5. And see, so those will be the x values where they intersect. And also, since the equation, the second equation, we know y equal to x, so here, the x and the y value will be the same. So that's why we get a 0.00, right? Because when x is 0, y also have to be the same, so it'll be 0, 0. And the other point should be x equal to 5, so it's 5, 5. And that should be the answer. So, and they asked us what's the a value, right? It's a, a. So they're talking about this point, 5, 5. So a value have to be just 5. Okay, a value is equal to 5. So that will be our final answer for this question.